This is an exciting time of transition for Roanoke County. While we look forward to working with the newly elected supervisors, as well as current members Joe Butch Church and Charlotte Moore, this morning is somewhat bittersweet as two dedicated public servants, Chairman Mike Altizer and Richard Florer, will soon end their respective tenures on the Board of Supervisors. Over the years, their steady and consistent leadership and reasoned and collegial approach to a local government have helped Roanoke County develop a strong economic base and a successful school system. Please join me this morning in recognizing Mike Altizer and Richard Florer for their outstanding service to the citizens of Roanoke County. And now it's my pleasure to introduce this morning's speakers, the Chairman of the Roanoke County Board of Supervisors, Mike Altizer, and Chairman of the Roanoke County School Board, Jerry L. Canada. Chairman Altizer was first appointed to the board to represent the Benton Magisterial District on November 1st, 2002, and was elected to the board in 2003. He was subsequently re-elected in 2005 and 2009. In addition to this year, he has also served as chairman in 2005 and 2009 and as vice chairman in 2004, 2008, and 2012. Chairman Altizer currently serves on the Roanoke County Audit Committee, the Roanoke County Cable Television Committee, the Roanoke County Regional Partnership, numerous committees at the Roanoke Valley Allegheny Regional Commission, the School Construction Committee, and is chairman of the Western Virginia Regional Jail Authority. He is also past vice president of the Mount Pleasant Civic League and sits on the Brookfield Homeowners Association board. Chairman Altizer graduated from Northside High School and is a retired regional manager for Monroe Muffler and Brake. Our second speaker, Jerry L. Canada, was appointed to the Roanoke County School Board in 1992. He was elected to the school board in 1994 and has been re-elected 5 times. He is currently serving his 5th term as chairman. Jerry is a retired district manager for the Department of Motor Vehicles. I am now pleased to welcome Mike Altizer, Chairman of the Roanoke County Board of Supervisors, to deliver the 2013 State of the County Address. Chairman Altizer.
Good morning. Well, I'll tell you, this is a full room. Hopefully everyone's comfortable. I think maybe this might be the most attended State of the County address that we've had in Roanoke County, and I appreciate everyone being here, and hopefully we leave with a message today of really where we need to go, not only as Roanoke County, but where we need to go as a valley. And I think when you look at what we've got, we're talking about charting our future together, and that's as a region, and the way that we accomplish things and the way that we realize the maximum benefit of what every single local government in this valley has to offer. I would just like to take a few minutes to recognize Roanoke County's constitutional officers are here, and I would ask you to just stand or put up your hand, whatever you feel comfortable. Roanoke County Treasurer Kevin Hutchins. Commissioner of Revenue Nancy Horn. Roanoke County Sheriff Mike Winston. And Roanoke County Clerk of the Circuit Court Steve McGraw. And last but not least, I'd like to thank the Roanoke Regional Chamber of Commerce and its sponsors for making this event possible. And I'd also like to thank my lovely family for being here, my wife Barbara, my 4 kids. As many of you know, this is Supervisor Richard Florer's final term as Roanoke County Supervisor, and I would ask him to stand, if you would, just to be recognized for his service to Roanoke County. Richard retires from the board with my thanks and with the appreciation of many others, and he has truly served Roanoke County as a statesman and a leader. It was only last year when we were here that Richard spoke about how both leadership and courage are required to achieve a brighter future for Roanoke County. I'm here today to tell you that we are not only charting the course of a better future, but we are well on our way to establishing that future. So many things have changed in recent years, and it's clear that in some ways local government has to change as well. We must think outside the box. We must challenge our traditional paradigms of how we lead and how we govern. We have to take longer and broader views of our region, search out the things that we can do together for the mutual benefit of all. We have to look for opportunities that provide greater services for less cost, less duplication, and be better stewards of our taxpayer dollars and our limited resources. It's evident that we all want to prosper. If we want to remain relevant as the world changes around us, we have to embrace new ways of doing things. And it's most apparent than ever that our prosperity is dependent on how we chart our futures together. This past January, elected officials and staff from 7 localities met for a regional economic development summit in this very room. And I might add, that's the first time we've ever had that many local governments with that many elected officials together in one place to meet to make things better for this region. The localities included the counties of Botetourt, Franklin, Montgomery, and Roanoke County, along with the town of Vinton and the cities of Roanoke and Salem. That evening, we learned what it really takes to attract world-class businesses to our region. And it comes as no surprise that new businesses want land, they want facilities, but we learned that most projects are seeking developed parcels of 40 acres or more. We learned that businesses want easy access to modern broadband technology to work more efficiently. And we learned that transportation options like rail access, quick access to interstates, and convenient airline travel are all important to prospective businesses. Most importantly that night, each locality learned that many opportunities are being missed because we don't have the resources in place to attract new keystone businesses to this region. No single locality in the area has the right combination of large developed parcels, technology, transportation infrastructure to compete with these engines of economic growth. When big business comes calling to Virginia, our valley doesn't even make the list for consideration. But in a few months since the Regional Economic Development Summit, I am happy to report today that significant progress has already been made in creating the foundation to attract new business and development to this region. We've known for a while that this region needs a robust and modern broadband network to attract new business. In 2012, a study by the Roanoke Valley Allegheny Regional Commission cited the need for improved broadband accessibility, affordability, reliability, and speed. And this past August, Roanoke County, along with Roanoke City, the City of Salem, and Botetourt County, approved the creation of the Roanoke Valley Broadband Authority to address these needs. The Roanoke Valley Broadband Authority enables localities to partner with each other and with private enterprise to expand high-speed data service for government offices, local business, emergency service coordinators, educational institutions, and the public. It's these partnerships that will help foster development of a valley-wide, high-speed network sooner rather than later. The growing demands of the data industry are the core of another important public-private partnership this year. Roanoke County, in cooperation with Appalachian Power, embarked on a major initiative to attract significant new investment to the area. As a result of this partnership, the County Center for Research and Technology, located in West County, is now a qualified data center site. This designation makes CRT one of only 2 sites in Appalachian's Virginia territory to carry this distinction. The Center for Research and Technology has already received exposure in numerous local, state, and national publications. Appalachian's designation proves to potential business prospects that Roanoke County is ready to accommodate the unique infrastructure needs of data center projects. We understand now that being prepared is the key to bringing in new business. And let us not forget, economic development, investment in jobs has to be the most single important thing that we do for this region. To that end, Roanoke County, along with the counties of Botetourt and Franklin, the cities of Roanoke, Salem, and the town of Vinton, have banded together to form the Western Virginia Regional Industrial Facility Authority. This new organization is a direct result of January's Regional Economic Development Summit. The authority enables our localities to attract new businesses cooperatively for the greater benefit of everyone. We do need to attack to get them in here and create jobs. The hallmark of this authority is the flexibility it offers 2 or more localities to work together to develop facilities, provide incentives, and offer the services vital to attracting new business regardless of the location. By working together, we can share our resources to develop facilities and infrastructure that business wants. And in doing so, we can once again become a competitive player in the arena of economic development. This summer, we saw what can happen when the right facilities are readily available. When RDOG Metal Packaging needed a 525,000 square foot facility close to rail, close to the interstate, this international company chose Roanoke County because we had the right size facility available in the right location. Beyond the prestige of having RDOG choose Roanoke County for its new state-of-the-art facility, the real measure of success will be the $88 million impact to this region. And that's an $88 million impact from salaries. And not to belabor that point, but to go back, the investment by RDOG, $96 million. Companies like RDOG also attract supporting companies to this area as well, like the can line facility that's creating 25 additional jobs in its first U.S. location right here in Roanoke County. Can line came to Roanoke County not only to support RDOG, but to expand and find new customers in their U.S. market. While Roanoke County had the right facilities in the right place at the right time, it took the combined effort of staff, local utilities, regional and state agencies to make this happen. We need to continue this momentum by creating more opportunities to attract new businesses, by offering large parcels in the right places with infrastructure that meets the needs of the prospects, and we will be positioned quickly to seize the future opportunities when they arise. While we are focused on establishing the foundations for future projects, it's also important to support and recognize the gains being made by our existing businesses. In Roanoke County, we are committed to helping our local businesses remain strong. This past year, Roanoke County's Department of Economic Development secured $240,000 in workforce training funds to help create more than 170 new jobs and to retrain 294 employees of Integrity Windows, Optical Cable, Atlas Logistics, and Tecton Products. Other significant economic development projects this year includes a new $18 million Friendship Retirement Center project on Starkey Road, a $15 million Hilton Garden Inn now under construction that will feature 117 rooms to support local tourism, a $7 million expansion of the rehab center at Richfield Retirement, a $4 million expansion of Atlas Logistics in West County, and the completed expansion of the Coca-Cola Bottling Company's facility in each county. An announcement from Hypergen Incorporated will bring new jobs with the high-tech office project to the Hollins area, and just last week, Valley Bank opened a new branch in the Bonsack area. Besides the announcements from RDOG and Canline this summer, Roanoke County saw the creation of more than 400 new jobs last year, with 9 expansions of existing businesses and 4 new business announcements. We congratulate these companies on their success and for their contributions to our local economy. Companies both large and small contribute to our community in other ways as well. In the past year, local firm TJS Enterprises re-landscaped and made a 5-year commitment to maintain the plants and landscaping at the Colonial Avenue roundabout. This highly visible thoroughfare is a gateway between residential neighborhoods and the commercial corridors of 419 and Bramilton Avenue. Another roadside landscaping project was also completed in June by the Williamson Road Area Business Association in cooperation with Friendship Retirement Community. The group adopted the existing landscaping and center median at the intersection of Williamson and Peters Creek Roads, another highly visible road and a prime gateway to the Hollins area. And I would also like to recognize both Medico and Richfield Retirement Community for their participation in the Commercial Corridor Matching Grant Program to help improve West Main Street. And these projects, coupled with ongoing road improvements, will provide a fresh face to the Glenver community for many years to come. And as I pointed out, transportation is an important part of our economy as well. This year, new regional surface transportation funding will enable Roanoke County to work on several high-profile projects, including $12.7 million project to complete the Roanoke River Greenway from Green Hill Park to the Blue Ridge Parkway, $1.6 million renovation of the park and ride at exit 140, a $1.2 million contribution towards the Plantation Road Streetscape Improvement Project as well, and $177,000 to install sidewalks on West Main Street from Fort Lewis Elementary to Fort Lewis Baptist Church. While these are very visible improvements to Roanoke County, another looming project we have to consider are improvements to Roanoke County's Stormwater Management program. Stormwater management affects residents, businesses, and government alike. Effective management of our stormwater runoffs helps control pollution, helps prevent erosion, and protects our natural resources. Recent mandates from the state and the federal government will change Roanoke County stormwater programs and their associated costs. The total cost of compliance is unknown at this point, but we do know that stormwater is something that has to be addressed. To help shape these changes and provide recommendations to the Board of Supervisors, the county has formed the Roanoke County Stormwater Advisory Committee. The committee is comprised of businesses, residents, and other stakeholders that will recommend new stormwater management policies to the Board of Supervisors. Our goal is to establish a fair and equitable method of funding the improvements needed to safeguard our community and our waterways for years to come. Stormwater management will be a challenge for Roanoke County, but it's a challenge we can overcome by working together for a long-term and sustainable solution. But some changes also bring the greatest opportunities. In September, the Board of Supervisors approved a 99-year lease with the Virginia Recreational Facilities Authority for Explore Park. Some say that developing this facility will be a challenge, but Explore Park is one of the greatest opportunities Roanoke County has before it today. And it's an opportunity that Roanoke County is uniquely qualified to maximize. Going forward, the park will be managed by Roanoke County's Parks, Recreation, and Tourism staff. And these folks are the same folks that have successfully developed a score of athletic fields and facilities supporting youth recreation and county sports and marketing efforts. This is the same staff that turned Camp Roanoke from a collection of abandoned cabins into a thriving three-season facility that serves hundreds of summer campers from 10 states. And it also hosts rentals for local and international groups. And let's not forget the successful creation and management of Green Ridge Recreational Center in Splash Valley. These public facilities serve the recreational needs of thousands of people each year. Our lease agreement with the VRFA empowers county staff to make the most effective use of 1,100 acres, and it opens the door to complete the final stage of a valley-wide Roanoke River Greenway system spanning more than 26 miles across this valley. The County Parks and Recreation staff has the expertise to create genuine public excitement for new events, new activities, and new amenities at this park. Many positive comments about the park's future have been collected by staff. And these amenities and service that interest people the most include walking and biking trails, camping opportunities, preservation of local history, outdoor events, and access to Roanoke River. Our new agreement with the VRFA is an enormous opportunity to advance Roanoke County and our region. Another opportunity for Roanoke County is the partnering with the City of Roanoke to operate a joint training facility to support each of our criminal justice academy programs. The Board of Supervisors has approved an agreement to expand Roanoke City's training facility for the benefit of both agencies. The shared facility will accommodate training for county police, Roanoke City Police, Roanoke County Sheriff's Department, and staff from the Western Virginia Regional Jail. Working together to develop regional public safety training facilities is nothing new for Roanoke County. The Roanoke Valley Regional Fire and EMS Training Center is a collaborative effort between the City of Roanoke, the City of Salem, and Roanoke County that provides the best fire and EMS training programs in the Valley. The efficiencies and partnerships we have benefited from at the Regional Fire and EMS Training Center will be realized at the Shared Criminal Justice Academy facility. And I would like to thank our partners who are here today from Roanoke City and Council and City Manager. Thank you for your help in doing this and bringing this together in another great regional effort, so I thank you. While each law enforcement agency may have its distinct training needs, every officer goes through many of the same common training programs. By partnering with Roanoke City, we can have better use of our resources by consolidating courses, sharing instructors, and using shared classroom and training technology. The practical benefits of creating a joint training facility extend beyond the financial reasons. Cooperative training creates better communication, common practices, shared language that fosters ongoing trust between our two agencies. And in the end, the joint effort will build better working relationships across the county and city borders, helping to keep our citizens safer and making our public safety officers more effective on the streets. And while public safety is one component to creating a high quality of life for our residents, a growing library system is also essential to creating a strong and vibrant community. On July 1st, we opened the new Glenver Branch Library. It's a new and beautiful example of what can happen with proper planning and community support. With nearly 3 times the open space as the old building, the Glenver Branch Library provides amenities that residents have been without for years, including dedicated areas for teens, children, additional meeting space, a computer lab, study rooms, and more public access computers. And the additional space creates a comfortable and welcoming atmosphere for reading, research, and customer service. And we can now celebrate the progress being made towards the new Vinton Branch Library. Groundbreaking for this much-anticipated project is scheduled for spring 2014, with completion expected in 2015. Located in the heart of downtown, this project will be a critical economic driver and a cultural resource for the town of Vinton. Facilities like the new Vinton Branch Library don't just spring up fully formed. They are designed from the ground up around citizens' desires and input collected through community meetings. Features planned for the Vinton Branch Library include areas designated specifically for children and teens, drive-through lane to pick up drop-off books, a rooftop patio with outdoor seating, quiet reading areas and study rooms, more open space, and a computer lab for technology classes, and additional public access computers. The new Vinton Branch Library will have a unique makerspace mini lab for creative and entrepreneurial projects. New libraries do more in today's world than just serve books. They have become centers of community learning and fellowship. And as I have said before, libraries are a vital part of our quality of life. And it's that quality of life that makes people want to live in Roanoke County and in this region. In September, the Roanoke Times reported that area home sales reached a 6-year high with sales numbers not seen since 2007. In Roanoke County, real estate sales volume is up 32% from a year ago, and real estate market values in most neighborhoods have increased or stabilized as well. Building permits for new single-family residential homes ending July 2013 are up 20% over the year before, and new commercial developments increased 13% over the same prior year. In addition to signs of growth in new housing starts and existing home sales, revenues from personal property have also seen slight increases year over year. Overall projections at this time indicate a moderate growth of 1% to 2% for our region for the next year or so. And while this level of growth does not provide a tremendous amount of new revenue, it is an improvement to the year-over-year decreases that we have seen for the last several years. In this economy, any increase in overall revenue is a positive sign. Another sign pointing to a strengthening local economy is the county's unemployment rate. In September, the county showed an unemployment rate of 5.3%, 2% less than the national mark of 7.3. And while our local conditions continue to improve, Roanoke County will keep an eye on the local, regional, and national events that may affect our community's future. We will always strive to meet the needs of our citizens in the most financially responsible way. It's this ever-watchful approach that has ensured our reputation as one of the best managed localities in the state. Conservative financial management and good planning has also allowed us to pay cash for vital capital maintenance projects around the county. Upcoming projects include much-needed renovations to the Social Services Building in Salem, replacement of generators at our fire stations, a new fueling system, and gas tanks to keep our vehicle fleet on the road, and new sports lighting at several athletic events. Roanoke County is a financially strong organization with financial policies that dictate best practices and require adequate cash reserves. I'm proud to announce that at last month's meeting, our board adopted rollover money for the year, and I know this will be of interest to Mr. McNamara, and he was on the board when we set the policies of establishing an unappropriated fund balance of 11% operating revenue, and we have achieved that this year. So we continue to be strong, we continue to save money, and we continue to do things in a responsible way. Our financial management strategies over the years have consistently resulted in high bond ratings from Fitch, Moody's, and Standard & Poor's. These bond ratings are more than just a reflection of the county's financial strength and stability. When we need to borrow, these ratings are the tools that allows us to provide the high level of service and the facilities our citizens have come to expect. And we can do so less expensively than many other localities. The police patrol our streets and keep crime low. Fire and rescue personnel save lives. General Services picks up the garbage each week, and our social services helps people in need every day. Parks and recs and libraries add joy and entertainments to people's lives. And a host of other county departments and staff here every day to serve the needs and the desires of our citizens. And let's not forget that Roanoke County Public Schools continue to earn top honors each year. Roanoke County and the school board have a long history of working together to ensure a top quality education for our youth. Even in lean economic times, we never lose sight of the fact that funding quality education is an investment in our collective future. And we've always been able to come together to do what's needed for the county's children. At this time, I would like to welcome Roanoke County School Board Chairman Jerry Canada to the podium to tell you about some of the great things happening in Roanoke County schools. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mike, and good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to have this opportunity to speak to you this morning. Yes, I am Jerry Canada, this year's chairman of the Roanoke County School Board, and I want to take a few moments to share with you some of our successes over the past year and some of the challenges that we face in the coming year. But before I get started, I'd like just to introduce my partners over here at our Roanoke County School Board table, and if you just hold your applause until I recognize everyone. As I call your name, if you'd please stand. Mr. Fuzzy Minix from the Cave Spring District, Mike Stovall from the Vinton District, Mr. David Weimer from the Catawba District, our Superintendent, Dr. Lorraine Lang, our Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Alan Janelle, our Assistant Superintendent of Finance, Ms. Penny Hodge, and our Director of Elementary Education, Dr. Linda Wright. And also our Public Relations Specialist who's running the slides behind me is here today, Mr. Chuck Lineberger. Thank you very much. First off, I'm very pleased to report that every single school in Roanoke County continues and to remain fully accredited by the Virginia Department of Education. This is quite a distinction given that state standards are getting tougher every year, particularly in the area of math and reading. Yet, each year, our students are rising to the challenge to meet and exceed these tough new requirements. When we compare our SOL scores to other school districts in Virginia with similar demographic features, we're finding that our students really are among the best in the state. Also, during the past year, our students and staff earned many regional, state, and national awards and recognition. Just take a look at this long list. I'm equally pleased to report that our on-time graduation rate is at an all-time high. More than 93% of Roanoke County students are graduating high school in 4 years, and more students than ever are graduating with an advanced studies diploma. Again, our students are outperforming both state and national averages on advanced placement, SAT, and ACT test. In 2013, our graduates earned more than $8.7 million in scholarships, another all-time high. We're producing top quality graduates who go on to find great success in higher education and the workforce. Our students are excelling on the field as well. Several high school teams and individual students won state championships during the 12-13 school year. When other schools compete against a Roanoke County team, they know they're going to have their hands full. Over the past year, we've welcomed students to a new Cave Spring Middle School, a new Governor's STEM Academy at the Burton Center for Arts and Technology, and we're in the process of planning renovations at Glenver High School that should begin this coming summer. We all recall the horrible tragedy that happened last December at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, and most recently, the shootings at a middle school in Nevada. Over the past year, the school board invested more than $5 million to improve the safety and security of our buildings. We've installed more cameras so our staff and county police can more closely monitor activity both inside and outside the school. We've added new buzz-in and visitor sign-in systems that are integrated with the National Sex Offender Registry. We've added new electronic employee badges to better control access to our buildings, and we're continuing to make some physical changes to our school entrances so that our students and staff are as safe and secure as we can possibly make them. We're closely working with Chief Hall and our other friends at the Roanoke County Police Department to improve our security plans. And when we say safety is our top concern, we really do mean it. Many of these actions were the result of a safety task force Dr. Lang assembled shortly after the Sandy Hook tragedy. I'd like to take a moment to thank the many people who served on that task force, including Roanoke County Police Chief Howard Hall, Fire and Rescue Chief Rick Birch, and many of your staff members. Thank you for all you have done and all the others for your support and wisdom. Chairman Altizer, the county board has always said that our system is the county's #1 asset. I think results like what I've just mentioned prove it. Now I want to address some of our upcoming challenges. Financially, we've survived another round of cuts this year. The sad part that it seems like every year we are standing here before you saying the same thing again and again, surviving cuts. Over the past 5 years, we've managed to survive more than $15 million in state cuts. We have about 250 fewer employees today than we did 5 years ago. Here's the problem. Much like pruning a tree, at first the cuts aren't so painful. They include behind-the-scenes things that mostly go unnoticed by the public. But as you're forced to keep cutting year after year, before long, there are no more branches left to prune. Now you're cutting into the trunk. As I said a minute ago, our schools are Roanoke County's #1 asset. Much like this tree, we've been forced to slowly dismantle our #1 asset. What's left after all these cuts, and what will we do to repair the damage? Funding for our schools is far from sufficient. Each year, more programs are cut, class sizes get larger, and we are forced to do more with less. And we're already hearing word from the coming budget year that, you guessed it, more cuts from the state and over $2 million in additional payments to the Virginia retirement system. Without an infusion of new money from the General Assembly this year, the school board will be forced to make choices that will be very painful, very visible, and will probably make some of our citizens very upset. You've heard us talk about the possibility of closing schools before, and unfortunately, we had to do just that at Bent Mountain, Roland E. Cook, and RCC EMS a few years ago. We've been lucky that we've managed to avoid closing schools, even more schools now. But before this board even considers closing another school, we're going to investigate every single option we have to cut our budget. And yes, that means we are investigating outsourcing transportation, school nursing, and school nutrition. If we find outsourcing these services will save money, then we have to seriously consider it. We have no other option. So, ladies and gentlemen, enough is enough. It is time to support our schools, and the last thing we need is to take the public out of public schools. It's time for the General Assembly to do what's right. Fund the true cost of educating our students. Stop playing political games with funding for K-12 education. Games are for the classroom, the playground, the court, and the field, and not the school's budget. Our students are the next generation of our future. Cuts to education are cuts to our future. We should not have to retreat to the blackboard, chalk, and an eraser. For our students to participate and succeed in the global economy, they must be provided a 21st century education, and that includes providing the technological tools our students will be expected to know how to use in college and careers after they graduate high school. We could not have begun to survive $15 million in state cuts over the past 5 years if it were not for the continuing support and partnership of the Roanoke County Board of Supervisors. Roanoke County has been incredibly fortunate to have two boards that have shared a common vision and a goal. I especially want to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to three supervisors who will be leaving the board in the coming weeks: Chairman Mike Altizer, Mr. Richard Flora, and Mr. Ed Ellswick. Mike and Richard have been ardent supporters of our school system since the moment they joined the Board of Supervisors in what seems like just a few years now, and Ed has worked with us since he joined the board in the last election. It has been with their unwavering support and the support of other supervisors through the years that our schools continue to excel and truly be Roanoke County's #1 asset. I also want to welcome, as Mike did, our new and returning supervisors, Mr. Albert Rosen, Joe McNamara, and Jason Peters. We look forward to working with you. On behalf of myself, Superintendent Lorraine Lang, and the entire school board, we're extremely proud to be part of a team that makes Roanoke County the best place to live, work, and learn. I'm leaving you now with one last note. Last week, Roanoke County Schools celebrated being named among the top 100 school divisions in the country for music education. In doing this, we brought together the best singers, the best band students from all around the county, led by the maestro himself, Mr. David Wiley, and with only 4 hours of practice, I leave you with the last verse of the last song. It touched me, and I hope it touches you. Thank you for allowing me to address you this morning. God bless you. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy the tune.
Chairman Canada, thank you very much for that update. It's an inspiring update, and it's a great update on the status of Roanoke County schools. You know, funding education has always been a top priority for Roanoke County. And to that end, I'd like to mention that this year the Board of Supervisors approved a pilot project to provide Roanoke County students with scholarships to Virginia Western Community College, making this first step into higher education more accessible for Roanoke County students is one more example of how we continue to invest in our children's futures. And as supervisors, we've seen many challenges over the years, and we've made the most of opportunities presented to us. Despite the Great Recession that has affected our nation, your Roanoke County Board of Supervisors has remained committed to creating a better place to live, to work, and to play. We've invested in facilities and services for our citizens. We've invested in our schools and the next generation. And we are investing in our future by coming together with neighboring localities to create the Roanoke Valley Broadband Authority and the Western Virginia Industrial Facilities Authority. You may recall another investment we made this spring that just beginning to bear fruit. On May 22nd, Roanoke County came together with the City of Roanoke and the City of Salem to sign the Regional Tourism Marketing Agreement. That commitment dedicated an additional $1 million to promote the Roanoke Valley Convention and Visitors Bureau's new Virginia's Blue Ridge marketing brand. This was a big step forward in a new era of regional tourism. More importantly, this investment comes directly from lodging taxes paid by hotels and motel customers. And make no mistake, tourism is a big business. In 2012, visitor spending in this region reached a new high of $730 million, supporting more than 7,000 local jobs and generating $52 million in state and local tourism taxes. And just last night in Jacksonville, Florida, the Southeast Tourism Society annual conference honored the cooperative efforts of Roanoke County, Roanoke City, and the City of Salem with the 2013 Governmental Tourism Leadership Shining Example Award. Vice Chairman Charlotte Moore was on hand to receive the award last night, along with Mayors David Bowers and Randy Foley. The Shining Example Award typically honors a single elected official who contributes to the advancement of the tourism industry. For the first time in 30 years, our three local governments were collectively chosen as the model to follow in supporting local tourism. With this dedicated funding from our lodging tax proceeds, Virginia's Blue Ridge will help bring tourism dollars to our region for years to come. And it's one more example of how we are working together to spur regional economic development. Please join me in congratulating the City of Roanoke, the City of Salem, and Roanoke County on receiving this prestigious award. As I close out my remarks, I would like to congratulate Jason Peters for taking a place on this board come January the 1st. I tell you, it's a close race yesterday, buddy, but and I would also like to congratulate Al Bedrosian, Supervisor-elect for the Highlands District, and Joe McNamara, Supervisor-elect for the Windsor Hills. And Joe, thank you for being here tonight. It's been my honor and privilege to serve on the Roanoke County Board of Supervisors. I'd like to thank, number one, my family for the support they've given me for almost 12 years. And I would like to thank each of you for the friendships that we have developed, the things that we have done, all of us, together to make this valley a better place to live. Economic development has to be a mainstay of what we think, what we breathe, and what we do for years to come. We need to create investment, we need to create jobs, and we need to create prosperity for this region. So while a brighter day is just now starting to dawn in many communities across the country, Roanoke County is more than ready to move ahead. And as you leave here this morning, I would remind you that today is the first day of a bright and promising future for Roanoke County and this region, and we cannot lose sight of that. God bless you, and thank you very much.